My name is Gracie Howard, and I'll be serving as your moderator this evening. Thank you once again to our candidates who have taken the time to speak with us tonight. So before we jump into this evening's questions, I'd like to remind everyone in our audience to please silence your cell phones and remember to remain respectful to all of our candidates throughout the debate. So just to start us out, I would love to have all of our candidates introduce themselves to our audience. Each of you will have 30 seconds for your introduction, and our timekeeper in the front row, Sophia, will hold up a sign to warn you when you have 10 seconds remaining and when you run out of time. Mr. Fisher, let's start with you.
Okay, thank you, and thank you all for coming out tonight. My name is Dexter Fisher. I'm currently the Commissioner of District 5, also the Mayor Pro Tem. I've served on the Commission for the last 4 years. I'm looking forward to this campaign and for the candidates that are here. So I'm glad to be here tonight. Thank you for the Red and Black for putting this on, and I'm really looking forward to hearing what students are interested in our community. Thank you.
Awesome. Ms. Miller.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sharon Miller, running for the position of mayor. Let me thank the Red and Black for this platform of engagement. It is always good to hear what our young people have to say. You're matriculating at UGA to be critical thinkers. So I welcome the engagement tonight, and I'm sure we'll tell you more about ourselves as we go on.
Dr. Gantt.
Testing. Good evening, my name is LaKeisha Gantt. Thank you for the opportunity to participate in this forum. I am a native Athenian. I am currently a school board member, formerly school board president. I have worked in Athens with community advocacy, in social services. I'm a licensed psychologist, and yeah, my family's here. I care about Athens, and I'm looking forward to sharing some ideas.
Ms. ñiga.
Thank you everyone for coming tonight. My name is Maura Zuniga. I am a legal immigrant. I'm originally from Managua, Nicaragua. I ended up in Brooklyn, New York. My family, a family of 9, fled a totalitarian government, and I have been involved in politics because as immigrants, we always have to be engaged with politics. We always have to understand policy. So from a young age, I've always tried to be engaged. I'm running for mayor because I do see issues in our community that need to be addressed, and they are challenging. And as an immigrant, I have faced a lot of challenges, so I feel very strongly that I can handle some of those challenges. Thank you.
Mr. Denson.
Good evening. My name is Tim Denson, and I'm running for mayor of Athens, Clark County, because Athens has become unaffordable. And I'm running so that we can bring down housing costs for renters and homeowners alike, so that we can make sure that childcare is more accessible to more families, and to reduce homelessness here in Athens, Clark County. To do that, I want to use my experience as a former county commissioner, as a school board member, as a homeless service provider, and as a community organizer. And I look forward to talking more about that with you this evening. Thank you.
Thank you all for those opening statements. Now we can dive into our questions. Before we begin, I want to inform our audience that none of the topics or specific questions for tonight's debate have been shared with the candidates or their campaigns in advance. So first, we're going to alternate who answers each question first, going from one side of the table to the other. Mr. Fisher, who is next to me, will answer question 1 first, and then Ms. Miller, who is next to Mr. Fisher, will answer question 2 first. Dr. Gantt will answer question 3 first, and so on. Just as a reminder, you'll have 75 seconds to answer each question, and Sophia will warn you when you have 30 seconds remaining, 10 seconds remaining, and then when you're out of time. And then if a candidate mentions another by name, the mentioned candidate will get 30 seconds for a rebuttal. So our first question of the night. Student housing in Athens has been documented as being in extremely high demand, with some properties reporting over 99% occupancy as of 2024. As mayor, how would you work to increase the city's supply of housing without further increasing rent prices for students and locals? Mr. Fisher, you go ahead.
Thank you, and you're right. In my opinion, I think we have built too many student housing, and I think we have not built enough housing for the people that live in this community. I think it's important to have to be a balance. One of the things that I would like to take a look at is work with UGA and look at what they're trying to build on their campus when it comes to student housing. Too many times in a college community, the housing is sometimes is inflated because we have a student population, and it puts more pressure on the people that live and work here. So one of the things that I would try to do is really try to work with the University of Georgia to make sure what type of housing would they be building over the next 5 to 10 years, and make sure they have adequate housing for the students that are coming to school here. UGA has talked about only growing 1% per year. So again, but we got to have a balance, make sure that there's enough student housing, enough housing for the people that live and work here. At the same time, for the students that live here, they can also have housing too. But I think it has to be a partnership between the city and the University of Georgia.
Ms. Miller?
Excellent question.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought I was going to get number 2. Listen, it's important for us to recognize that in the middle of that question is housing, and it has been debatable and has caused some divisive conversation for Athens and the University of Georgia. But it would be important for me as a mayor to be able to partner and speak with the Board of Regents in partnership to make sure that there are some strategic boundaries set, because that is the argument that most of Athenians say all the time. If you look at and was a part of the recent commissioner meeting recently this week, there's the host of people asking and begging and needing housing. So I think it would be a very important step to have some critical discussion about it, so that I agree for balance and that we can move forward under that perspective for student housing. I know that the parents who are spending money, it's expensive, and I would like to also, I know it's a state
Thank you so much, Ms.
issue.
Miller. That's it. I think you're out of time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Dr. Gantt?
Thank you. So housing is a basic right, and it has been impacted by a lot of different variables across the nation and in Athens. A few things that I believe are important are, one, being sure that we look at more creative ways in how we actually define housing. What that means is taking a more serious look. The commission a few years ago took a hard look and did some examinations of our tiny homes. But I think we need to be more flexible with the housing that we allow. And not just with the sizes, but also with the zoning requirements that we have.